Every few years, a new technology arrives with the promise of an avalanche of wealth for anyone willing to pay attention. We are in one of those windows right now. A slate of 11 specific AI applications has entered the market, providing the technical infrastructure to automate content and operations that previously required entire teams. But there is a trap here. You have likely seen the videos claiming that if you simply learn how to navigate these interfaces by 2026, you are guaranteed to reach a new level of financial success. This chart shows how beginners get caught in the AI illusion. When an application generates output instantly, costs nothing, and creates impressive results, it projects false business value. But the math breaks down. None of these applications automatically acquire paying clients. Memorizing a user interface is a preliminary step. The actual work of generating revenue begins with the integration of that software into a functioning business model. When you look at the current software landscape, you will find everything from simple image generators to complex back-end automation pipelines. The rule governing all of them is a direct trade-off between how accessible the tool is and how much businesses are willing to pay for its output. Applications that let anyone generate a graphic by typing a single sentence lead straight to market saturation. When the barrier to entry is low, you find yourself in a constant race to the bottom on price. On the other end, systems that require you to map out complex logical flows take weeks to learn. Because they demand actual technical effort, the services you build with them are highly defensible and command premium rates. To understand how to extract real value, we are sorting these 11 trending applications into 3 specific leverage tracks. Your objective is not to learn all 11. Your goal is to identify the single track that matches the capital, skills, and risk tolerance you already possess. Track 1 is the domain of the high-volume freelancer. This path focuses strictly on marketing assets and graphic design. The primary engines for this track include image generators like Google Nano Banana 2, video creation platforms like Polo AI, and campaign builders like Google Pameli. With recent upgrades, these models pull from real-world mapping data. If you need a specific visual of the Eiffel Tower for a client's travel campaign, the system produces it with geographic accuracy on command. Creators are also using this exact functionality to produce viral social media assets, pulling highly recognizable public figures into meme formats to drive page engagement and traffic. The business model here relies on utilizing free or low-cost plans to mass-produce thumbnails, promotional posts, and ad creatives for local businesses and independent channels. This graph illustrates the vulnerability of this path. As tool accessibility rises, your per-asset profit margin plummets towards zero. When anyone can generate a poster in 10 seconds, basic prompt-to-image services on platforms like Fiverr lose their value. To survive Track 1, you cannot rely on charging a premium for the asset itself. You have to win entirely on execution speed and high-volume client acquisition. Track 2 shifts into entertainment. This is the path of the narrative creator, built for long-term storytelling. This requires a highly specialized stack. Platforms like Utopa AI Studios for cinematic scene generation, Pseudo-Write for script expansion, Helio for short clips, and Cdance 2.0 for motion capture. This path demands a heavy time investment in complex prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the practice of crafting highly specific text inputs to guide an AI model's output. You will spend hours refining these text inputs just to maintain precise consistency for a single character across multiple environments. The payoff for that rigorous attention to detail is the ability to scale faceless YouTube channels or develop fully realized virtual influencer brands. For monetization, this moves past basic ad revenue. Completely digital personas are now securing physical product sponsorships without the logistical costs of hiring human talent. But the risk factor here is high. Your entire operation relies heavily on platform algorithms, and you still have to supply the actual human creativity required to write an engaging script. Software cannot invent good taste. It only accelerates the production of the narrative you are personally capable of directing. Track 3 is where the capital flows heaviest. This is the B2B systems integrator, focusing entirely on high-ticket enterprise operations. The toolkit here utilizes workflow platforms like Gamloop, regional language models like Sarvam AI, app builders like Lovable AI, and Jotform AI agents. This diagram shows how this track operates. You are building agentic workflows. An agentic workflow is an automated system where AI models make decisions and execute multi-step tasks independently. By structuring these pipelines, you are replacing human headcount with automated efficiency. You can tailor these automations to specific regions. For example, using Sarvam AI, you can deploy customer service voice bots that natively understand and speak Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu to handle inquiries for local clinics and coaching institutes. You can even use tools like Lovable AI to build custom SaaS applications. SaaS stands for Software as a Service, a business model where users pay a recurring subscription to access centrally hosted software. The barrier to entry here is steep. You face a heavy technical learning curve to connect APIs, and you need traditional sales skills to convince a business owner to hand over their internal operations. Track 3 offers the highest financial retainers, but to capture them, you must operate as a systems architect and a salesman, prioritizing business logic over tool familiarity. Now that you see the landscape, you have to look at your own situation and identify your primary advantage. This chart breaks down the decision. You need to ask yourself, what is the main asset you are bringing to the table right now? If you have an abundance of time and a strong creative instinct, you belong on the left side of the board in track 1 or track 2, focusing on volume or storytelling. If you possess strong logical mapping skills and are comfortable pitching to business owners, you belong in track 3, building enterprise systems. But if you are entering this market looking for effortless money, you will hit a dead end. AI is an active business operation. It requires client management, relentless tool refinement, and daily problem solving. It is not passive wealth. The worst mistake you can make right now is falling into tutorial hell, endlessly watching videos about software updates without ever executing a business plan. Your next step is clear. Pick exactly one of these tracks today. Ignore every tool that falls outside of it, and focus 100% of your effort on acquiring your first paying client.